All right. Attempt number 2. Hope this goes a little bit better than the last one. Yeah, so my computer just hard froze. Didn't blue screen. Didn't reset. Just stopped moving. Just stopped working. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm back. We are back. We've been working on this Halloween-themed image. As I was saying, I've been spending most of my time working in this area along here, working on the lighting, going in and hand drawing a lot of highlights. On the bricks, on the fence over here, you can kind of see some of the hand-drawn highlights here a little bit. Might go back in and touch up a bunch of this. I probably will. One of the other things is this was originally done, I started working on it for HDR, and don't actually want it to be an HDR image, so it's actually way too dark and contrasty for me right now. So one of the longer term goals is to brighten that up a little bit, bring a little bit more detail back into some of the shadows. This is just a lot darker than I want, but everything is adjusted already for it to be very dark because of the HDR formatting earlier. But anyway, that is what we are working on. So I'm happy to have you if you check in, and away we go. I believe this is the majority of the fence highlights. Or apparently it's nothing. Apparently it's nothing. It has got to be one of these. Okay. All right, so it's those two. What I would really like to do is put these in a folder and mask them. It's a little bit tough to do. I forget if I can apply. No, I can't. Because they are clipping masks for fence left side down here, that's going to be challenging. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate fence left side. That's going to disconnect all of these and make everything look crazy for just a minute, but that's okay. Now, if my computer ever responds, right click. Oh man. So I'm in a right click menu. You guys can't see that. Merge group. That's what I want to do. So now I just have a copy of this fence because I want the shape of it. I don't care about anything else. I just want the shape. Fence. Highlights and shadows. Shadowns. And then now, if I mask that, now I should only get... Yes. So now this is only going to be applied to the fence. Kind of looks like a translucent fence. And now I... where are we? What happened? There we go. Okay. This has some upsides and some downsides. The upside is that now I have this shape here. And what I want to do is actually I want to apply another mask to it without destroying this one. I don't like working destructively, so fence. Ooh, highlights and shadows, and then I put a different mask on this guy, and then I can go in and see 20% flow black. Let's knock that down to 10%, and then I am going to just start knocking out some of the highlights. Am I even doing anything? Is that even working? This isn't doing a damn thing. Boom. What is happening? Oh, okay. Oh, it was working. It's just very slow. And so now everything looks horrible. Great. Oh gosh, no. Okay, we're gonna select all, delete, boom. All right, we're starting over because my computer was falling asleep. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, knock it back down to 10%, and then I can start gently knocking some of these. You know what? I see what's going on. I just want to knock these two out. That's what I want to do. Get rid of that guy. Because I'm turning them blue, which I absolutely don't want to be doing. So, let's try that again. Same settings. Basically, there we go. That looks a little bit better. And the point of all this is the... Can you please stop doing that? Holy cow. The point is to make the light from the house look like it's hitting the fence and also falling off kind of appropriately. This 10% is working. It's almost working a little bit too subtly. It's hard for me to really gauge how I'm doing. I don't know that that's even a... I don't know if that's a net win or not. I don't think so. I think this exposure layer is jacking everything up. Maybe I'll just do that. Duplicate that. Don't you beep at me. And then get that crap out of there. All right. Spent a lot of time just kind of surveying this image, and especially since last week I didn't do a whole lot, especially on Wednesday. My eyes were giving me a whole lot of trouble, so trying to focus on fine detail and also have a tablet, so getting the tablet up close to my eyeballs, it's not working. So I played video games last week, so trying to get back into the swing of it a little bit. I know kind of what I want to do. I just vibe of it, I'm trying to kind of get back in. Oops. Biggest thing I want to do, I guess, is the fence and then the grass behind the fence. Frankly, I am flummoxed. That's a good word. Because I don't know. I have no idea how to do this. What I want to do is I want to shade this grass. Shade all of this. What is that? Oh, nope. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Thought it was a masking problem with the mailbox. It wasn't. Also, why are there two mailboxes? Oh, that looks like a flying mailbox. Alright, well, we can get rid of you. We can get rid of Mr. Ghost. Mr. Mailbox. You can just hang out. Alright, and then... grass. Okay. So the grass is in a couple of different layers. So I will definitely take advantage of the layering. Turn that off. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make a separate, I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm going to make a separate layer specifically to handle the shadowing. And that will have, that'll have the gradient. But this is more to get it more in line with the general vibe of the image. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not. In my brain it makes sense, so that's what we're doing. And I want to go this way or probably the other way. I never get the gradient right. I think I did. Nope, actually this is, yep, I was right. This is stupid. I was also wrong in that it was stupid. Because I actually need this thing to be this thing, this layer, this grass layer. What is going on? What is happening? Oh God. Aspects of this I just do not love. Not gonna lie. Something like that, I guess. And then, yeah, and I'm adjusting a layer. Unfortunately, right now I don't know how to. I'm adjusting the exposure on this layer down a bit. Yeah, okay. And then I think I can open this up and you can see this. Yes, okay. I'm gonna move that out of the way a little bit so y'all can see. So what I'm gonna do here is try to mimic the shading on this grass a little bit by using Blend If. Blend If is really great. I super like it. I don't know that I'm great at using it because I just grabbed the wrong little grabber. But the idea and what I'm trying to do with it is, depending on certain conditions, if the current layer is, you know, this brightness or this darkness, the pixel, it runs it for each pixel. And if the brightness, you know, matches your criteria, it will either show or hide a particular pixel. So what I'm trying to do here is mimic the light hitting these stalks, which is a little bit easier said than done. And some of this fringing up here around the selection looks bad, but generally I think this looks a little bit nicer than if we didn't have that was my Discord, by the way. If we didn't have the layer styling, then you wouldn't get any of these stalks of, oh, hello, just noticed I got someone stopping by. Hello, happy to have you. Just checking out some Photoshop stuff, or diving in pretty deep to Photoshop stuff, I guess. I'm talking about layer options, blend if, which is super useful. But anyway, hello. Hope you're doing well today. So yeah, I'm trying to get shadow on this grass, and using blend if lets me pull out the brighter pixels so that it kind of looks like they're poking out of a shadow. And so I have this behind a fence. And so I think if I turn the fence on, if I can find wherever the heck it is. Fence. It's here somewhere, I promise. I think that'll look pretty good behind this fence. I gotta do that other layer in the background as well. Where is this fence? Foreground. There we go, left fence. Okay, yeah, so that looks a little bit better. Oh, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, that's the nitty gritty of it. That's what we're doing. This fence. Fence left side. Is this all of them? Yes. Oh, nope. I want to desaturate this fence. I'm tired of this blue popping through. I don't like that at all. So let's darken this just a little bit more, get rid of some of those edges, although it's fine. We'll highlight them a little bit better later. All right. I don't know if that's exactly where I want fence left. Left fence. Okay. So let me move this up here a bit more. Gosh, what do I need? Well, I'm gonna worry about that later. The fence the grass towards the end looks okay. We'll see as we go. All right. So this, I want to darken this a little bit more as well. Hmm. Mm. Oof. Well, we'll see what we get. the I do miss the HDR image. It was very nice looking, but that's all right. All right, we're gonna dial that down a little bit as well. And I actually want to mask this a little bit. Because I think the light would be shining through a little bit, and I think it's coming from over here. But I do think that the house would block some of it. Alright, let's see. Oof. Alright, I'm going to duplicate this as well. And I want to fill in a little bit more just volume generally. Ah. Blending layers. I might be able to get rid of some of this fringe over here. It is really bugging me. The line you frequently have to kind of skirt is that it starts pulling from the middle of the image, which is just challenging. So I'll have to see what I can do about that fringing later, because that bugs me. Ugh, there's a lot about this image that's bugging me right now. Yeah, it's too... I can't do that. Makes it look too jagged. You end up with stalks that are cut that aren't smooth, yeah. And it just ends up looking like a really ugly, crappy masking job. This isn't necessarily better, but oof. Ugh. Trying to lighten this a little, not that much, not that much. I don't know. I'm gonna have just a general, probably not bright yellow, but just a general black color as well. That just lets me really control the brightness on it. Oops. Like at the front of the house, blocked by the porch, you wouldn't necessarily see a whole bunch. Maybe a little. But then back here as well, the reason I want to do it back here is just the character of what the exposure layer does to the color and the pixels. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. And frankly, that blending layer was not working out quite the way that I had hoped. It looked kind of chunky. Just kind of made it look gross. So I'm not going to do that. And then kind of over here. This gives me just a little bit of freedom to make it look a little bit more like I want. Trying to darken up here again just because the porch would be blocking some of the light. It may not make a whole lot of sense, but basically I want the light to be kind of flooding out of this front door. There is another piece, another layer that does show up that I just kind of have turned off because it kind of gets in the way. But so it's a little bit more like that. And then when you do that, I think the harsh shadows, the lighting, it makes a lot more sense in the piece. And then you get stuff like this, and now I'm starting to be like, why are there white reflections around here? So I'm gonna have to clean those up. And anyway, so that's the idea. That's why everything is sort of like this. Really draw your attention down to this murder ghost in this house. And really, I just wanted to practice lighting, sketching with my tablet on this kind of stuff for highlights and things like that. Frankly, I feel like I ought to be editing with this light explosion layer on, because for me at least, it does really help kind of contextualize what the rest of the changes are supposed to be and why I'm doing them. Anyway, so I'm going to keep them on. And I'm going to switch over to my tablet for this, so we'll see. One sec. Alright, that should still be pretty good. One more second. My tablet is doing something very weird. And it has done it before. It's very weird. So it doesn't know. It's basically getting confused and it's putting the, there we go, cursor on the monitor instead of on the device down here. Doesn't matter. It's taken care of. It's handled. Gonna have another black layer, another shadow. Let's make this black. Oh. This is incredibly slow. Alright, this is intended to be a grass shadow. So, broad strokes now, I guess literally. I'm trying to do this. Oop. Can't do too much of that. It'll dump the webcam over. Hang on. Okay, well, it still did it. I was hopeful it would not do that. Oh well. That's kind of close. It's the best I can do. No one's watching right now anyway. Let's see. All right. So now I'm operating with the navigated window on the opposite screen, so I can kind of see basically what's going on. Let me up that a little bit. So I don't really do a lot of grass shadowing. I don't know if this is going to work at all. I wouldn't say that I am very good when it comes to freehand drawing, like at all. So I can't really see this. It's very dark. But I had an opportunity for one of these, so thought I'd give it a shot. I do think it is a nice addition, even if I'm not much of a regular freehand artist. It is still nice to have stuff like this, because even though I am not the world's best, freehand drawing type guy, it is still good for shadowing and highlighting. And I do draw. Not a whole lot, but I do. More than none. Alright, now I want to switch this. And pull some of the stalks back out a little bit from the more intense shadows, especially the stuff around the corner of this. I'm trying to... man, I wish there was a... Ah, don't do that. Don't do that. Never. I wish there was some kind of brightness slider or something just on this monitor. Are you doing anything? Are you doing anything? Okay, that worked. Alright. How is that looking? It looks fine. Darken the kind of clump in the middle of that. Just looking at it larger, I don't like how that looks. All right. All right. More grass shadows. Here we go. Do need to be a little bit careful because I am actually drawing on the fence too, and it is going to affect the fence, as you can see. So undo that. Grass highlight. So everything always gets, well, an exposure layer. Generally, it gets a highlight and a shadow most of the time. Everything basically gets an exposure layer. Okay. Yep. That doesn't look good. I'm going to have to work on that. I got it. Alright, I'm separating them, so now Now they won't affect the grass, and I can. It'd be a lot messier, basically, with my my drawing, my shadowing, which is good because that's what I want to do. And now it's not going to go over the grass or anything like that. I mean the fence. We'll go over the grass because that's what I want. It doesn't look right. How does this look? So pretty much all I'm doing is just looking at the navigator window, which I have up frequently. It's really good for when I'm zoomed in. I can see the full ramifications of what it is that I'm actually doing. Because a lot of times I can't really tell. Like, it's hard for me to see here the where everything lines up with this post, but the navigator makes it really obvious, and it just, like, I don't really have to think about it. I can just be like, oh no, that's intuitively it's just wrong. Like, it's not like I haven't shaded enough around this corner for the composition to make sense, but I almost have. This feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. That's pretty good. It's a little bit brighter. It needs to be. Knock that down a little. Cool. All right. Boom. I'm happy with that. Now do these little guys. Come on back. Come on back, navigator. So I wanted the light to look like it was kind of peeking around, or the grass was sticking through the fence, but looking at the navigator, it just looks bad. So I'm not going to do that, because it looks bad. And then this one I almost can't even tell what the hell's going on, because everything's so bright. But there should still be shadows falling on these individual stalks of grass. So I'm going in and trying to apply some definition to these guys. Again, how does that look in the navigator? Pretty good. Can't really tell. I need to zoom out a little bit because that one stalk. This one right here, I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it. You have been granted a stay of execution. Okay. Alright. And these blades of grass are definitely sticking through this fence. Just no question. These are sticking through that one. At the bottom. Stick it through the next one. Can't even tell. But that's what they're doing. I don't make the rules. Also, this one's sticking through for sure. This one's sticking through right there. A bit of tea. Ooh. Nope. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to try to do here, emphasis on try, is skew this. I've already failed. I've already failed. Skew, you bastard. Pull this thing such that the I'm trying to replicate shadow. That's all I'm trying to say. So I want to bend all this crap way down, but I want it to still connect to the base mostly. So that I kind of know what the shadow would look like here, but it's going to be so distorted. I mean, it's going to be laying down like that. This is going to be interesting. Can I rotate? Because you got to rotate like... It's going to be a really steep angle. I don't know if it's going to be quite... Well, we'll see how this works. I think I'll probably just end up faking it, but... We'll see. Oh, but... Yeah, this is definitely not going to work. Looks great. I don't know why I thought this was going to be a terrible idea. Uh, uh, uh. Oh my god, it is so stretched out. Boom. Oh, no, not alt, click. There we go. Rename the layer. Get that out of there. And then... Alright, now I... Get you out of there. Let's clean you up a little bit. Worthless. Where is... Alright, left fence shadow. Are you grass? You're part of walkway grass edge. So, huh? Okay. That's not how I thought that was. That's not how I thought that was laid out. That's gonna be convoluted. Where are you? Spooky house. All right. And I lost it. Where did it go? Left fence shadow. So it really... How on earth? Okay. All right. That's doable. It's doable. All right, get out of here. Get out of here. And then you. Oh, God! Woof. Woof. It's at 50. Take this edge down gradually. Okay. Okay, that is not terrible. Yeah, but ugh. Alright, and I want to knock most of this off because it doesn't make sense like that. It really needs to be... You get out of there. Oh god, how is this gonna look? Okay, this is horrible. You get out of there. Left fence copy. Nope. That left fence copy is forever ruined. Where did left fence just go? There it is. Alright. We need a left fence copy. Okay. Now... we can fill this with black. Alright, this is shadow number dose. Left. Shit, where the hell's left grass? Alright, it is on the front. So what am I? Right. Okay, that's left fence shadow 2, set it at 100%. Take that down to way not where it was at. Left fence. Stretch that. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just... Alright, frontmost grass. Cannot... Not alt-click. Why do I do that? Oh, no, not that. Okay. Okay. That is awful up there. Let's get rid of that. Photoshop does that all the time. It is crazy. I assume that's this. What is that? Okay. Alright, so there's a line right here that maybe you can't see, but I can. Alright, that was it. Um, and a lot of times what happens is you'll make a selection or you'll mask a layer and it'll mask like all of it very well, and then it'll get to like 50% to the through the layer on the pixels on the very edge, and you just end up with this frame. It's happened for like 20 years. It's amazing. Like they've never fixed it. It's like the longest. It's crazy. But whatever. It's the hell am I doing? Where's my selection? Okay. All right. Okay. Shadow 2. Okay. Ugh, man, I'm struggling to keep all this straight. There's too many layers right now. I'm gonna pull this weight down and let a lot of the brighter pixels shine through on that shadow. Try to make it look a little bit more natural. We'll see. I think mostly I'm just going to try to hide it because this looks kind of bad. Gotta make sure all these weeds are dead. Not sure why they're so healthy looking here. I definitely don't want that. Everything should be dead or dying or falling apart in this house, in this yard, in this composition. Because ghosts are not good homeowners. And they don't know anything about car maintenance. So, this is just kind of me doing a whole bunch of detailing now. Willy-nilly, everywhere, just all over the place. That tends to be how I do this. So, all I'm really trying to do, come on, is dial up the fence highlights and shadows. Yeah. Just anything that sticks out, excuse me, anything that sticks out that catches my eye where I'm like, that's not right. I don't like that. You know, I'm going to fix it. Is this... Okay. Well, I'm just going to... I don't know where it is. I don't care. I want to knock this... I want to knock this out. I don't want this to be here. So I'm gonna paint it black. And then I don't like that. Weird. Oh, nope, not weird. I take it back. What I said before, when I said it was weird, I was wrong. It's very not weird. Okay. So that's a little bit better. I'm going to tell you an embarrassing secret. I don't really understand what flow does compared to opacity. I always like to use opacity, and I know that that is what Photoshop Philistines use. Nobody cool uses opacity. But I don't really understand how flow works, or why it's better. I guess it worked there in that situation a little bit better than opacity, but I don't know, did it? Maybe I'm full of shit, I don't know. Alright, all I wanted to do was just knock that off because that is not really getting light from anywhere. But that's just where we are. That's the level of little tiny things we're changing. Boom. Do I like that? Yeah, it's fine. What does this look like for y'all? No, not too bad. I am previewing it in full screen. Looks a little weird because it kind of blows up the rest of the screen, but that's all right. I'm only going to be here a minute. And then you can kind of see what I'm looking at, which is sort of nice. Not a fan of this grass the way it looks. It's just not, it's not right. Alright. So I'm gonna darken this grass. Maybe almost to the point where you can't see it. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna wait until Photoshop catches up to what I was doing, because it is overloaded right now with painting commands, which happens sometimes. Not sure if anyone is watching, but if you are, welcome. Hello. I don't really know how you'd tell. I think it might actually just be me on a different screen. Who can say? But if you are here, I'm glad you're here. Ooh. Smoothing. No. Okay. Alright, this is totally overkill. This was way more than I wanted. What are you doing? Photoshop is having a tough time. Ugh. It's not really behaving. I don't know why. I think it's just too much to do. Too many pixels. It's confused. So this is very slow going. I don't know what it's doing to the frame rate. Hopefully nothing. But this is insane. This is an insane delay. I don't know what's going on. All right. Genuinely hard to tell if it's doing anything. Some places I can tell. Some places it appears to be doing absolutely nothing at all. Ah, okay. Yep, right there. Gotta say, managing these layers can be a hassle sometimes. But you are able to make some pretty cool stuff with Photoshop. So, not all bad. Alright, that's gonna work for now. I'm going to step away for a brief moment. But I'll be right back. Ooh, no, don't do that. That's not the one I wanted. Well, I'll be right back. Hello again. Gotta say, I think I'm gonna switch over to something different. I don't know, man. Streaming Photoshop is tough. It's tough to stay focused and chat. and then just come up with stuff to say when no one's watching. Anyway, if you do happen to check this out, I really do appreciate it. Maybe you learned something about Photoshop. Hopefully. That'd be great. But in any case, that's going to do it for this stream. I will probably pop in and play a game here in a bit, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.